We are now entering the 46th year of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, if you didn't know that. And so it's been my honor to be involved all my life. I mean, I'm old enough to have been there when it started. I remember Peter Jennings speaking about AIDS in America in 1986. And I was there to care for people who were dying back in the early epidemic. They're not anymore. There are life-sustaining medications that we help provide at the Western North Carolina AIDS Project. We do case management. I don't work in that department. I'm not a social worker. I work in what we call prevention education. So we get to go out to groups like this and maybe to an alcohol and drug treatment center. You might see me in maybe a jail or a prison. It's always hard to get into the school systems, but anytime I can speak to the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, I love to do that in an age-appropriate way. They need the information, not getting the information to protect themselves from all the things that that are out there. These are organisms, and if we had not stigmatized it in the early epidemic like we did in this country, we wouldn't probably have this epidemic still going on. If we had been more like Australia, where they really did have comprehensive sex ed and they did condom distribution and had needle exchanges early on, they only see about 600 new HIV infections reported every year. We, on the other hand, have about 39,000 new HIV case reports every year in this country, the richest country in the world. And we have all these resources, but we're not able to really, stop the epidemic in that sense if we're not going to act up. So I'm listening to you talk about singing for our lives, and it's such a joyous place to be here with you today, but to make our voices heard. If there's anything that I can do for you, if anything that the Western North Carolina AIDS Project can do for you or people in your communities, let us know how we can serve you. That's our purpose. We serve the 18 counties. I know that Bellamy, my colleague and friend, talked to you about this last month, but we serve 18 counties, so we're glad to go out and do any kind of presentations. If you need CEUs because you're a licensed professional, we can make that kind of thing happen as well. But whatever it is that you can do to make your voice heard, because you might remember that silence equals death. That was the old motto as well. We need to continue talking about this as long as we are still seeing 39,000 new infections in this country. I'm not even talking about the 1.5 million to 2 million around the world that are still continuing every single year. It's an organism. It is a virus that simply looks to be transmitted to another human being. It doesn't matter who you are, from where you come, what your race is, what your skin, your gender, none of it. It simply is an organism looking to reproduce. And so what you can do to prevent it, it's easy to do so. We know those tools are available to us now. We could really cure this epidemic as soon as possible if we really activate ourselves. I thank you so much for bringing the joy to my heart today. I love to give out the seeds and the nuts and things to my squirrels and birds. That's what brings me joy every single morning. But this added some extra frosting to the joy of the day. And I thank you so much. Really, I do. Thank you all. Have a great day.